Dimitri, and welcome to the WeConnect Podcast. Today we're going to talk about a topic that everyone experiences, but we don't talk about it very openly. And that's the transition from student life to working life. I mean, what do you do after graduation? What does that phase look like? And why doesn't anyone prepare us for the adult shock? I mean, So today I'm going to discuss this with Aryanne. Aryanne is 23 years old. She's an art therapist and now she's working in youth care within specialized education. And I have to check, she's also part of the YGO as a family supporter. Did I say right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And she graduated 1.5 years ago, and now she's working for 8 months like an adult. Welcome, Aryanne.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome. You're here. Mm-hmm. And before we dive into the serious stuff, I wanted to know what it was like for you. If you can say in one word how you experienced your post-graduation.
One word.
One word.
Now. Okay, let me think. One word. I have a Dutch word. I don't know why, but zoekend. Yeah.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Zoekend. Okay. We'll keep it there. And because now we're going back to before post-graduation. Mm-hmm. Because when you graduated, that was 1.5 years ago, right?
2024.
Were you happy? Were you relieved? Excitement, pressure? How was it?
I think everything you just said, like that. Yeah, I feel like the moment you graduated, and it was like a rocky road for me. I wasn't sure I was gonna graduate immediately. Because the thesis and I was in Dutch and all that, so I was nervous. Mm-hmm. But when I heard that I passed that, it was excitement. I didn't really think about the job market. I didn't even think about registering as an art therapist. I just got my diploma and I was happy. Yeah. And then everything else synced in. But when I graduated, it was pretty much excitement. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. And you said you didn't start looking yet for a job straight away because you weren't looking for a job, or how do you say that? Behoefte. I'm looking for that word in English.
Yeah, I definitely had the need.
The need. Exactly.
But I wasn't thinking about that. I had like a side job. Mm-hmm. And I thought I had to graduate and then look for a job in that order. Mm-hmm. So I waited for the diploma before I started applying. Yeah.
Okay, so actually you were already okay with money as well because you had the side jobs.
Yeah, and that's why 3 jobs, so it was for me normal.
Damn, 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
During my study time, I never actually just had one job. I like the chaotic life of finishing a job and driving.
Heerlijk! Wow. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, hardworking woman over here.
And you get a lot of money back from belasting. So, yeah.
Like they do these days. No, I'm just kidding. I sound like an old woman right now.
I love because it's like this.
It's not this one? It's not this one? Oh my God, yes, I'm officially an old woman, but okay, fine. Yeah. But okay, so you finished graduation. You didn't look for jobs because it wasn't...
Yeah, when I finished, I did start looking. But before I finished, like before I got my diploma in my hands, mm-hmm. I was only focusing on finishing up and, living life. And then when I got the diploma, I was on Indeed like every day. Mm-hmm. But before that, I didn't worry about it. I didn't even think about that until I graduated.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not something you think about, right? When you're in your graduation.
No.
I mean, it's supposed to be like that, but most of the time it's when you get the diploma, then you start looking for a job.
Yeah, so I stop working.
Yeah. And how was that? Tell us the experience of job hunting.
I have to think a bit back. I remember, I think one of the first jobs I applied for was something I really wanted. It's actually what I'm doing now, but at another place. And that was exciting because I was like, oh, my dream job immediately. It's a sign. I'm going to get it. And I went, and it went great, the interview. Mm-hmm. But then they called me and they told me they gave it to someone with 10 years of experience. So that kind of gave like a dip. Okay, so I don't have experience. So how am I going to get the job I really want if I'm not going to give it to someone that don't have experience? So I kept looking and looking until, 1.5 year later, I found the job I actually wanted to do. Yeah.
Wow. But how was it? Because I mean, it's very demotivating, right? To keep getting rejection after, and you're like, hello, is someone gonna hire me?
Exactly. And it was worse because I think I went in total on 3 interviews in that 1.5 year. So I had a lot of online rejections, like, oh, we didn't select you with other people. And then those were bad, but I feel like the in-person rejections were the worst, because I actually went there and I thought I did great. And then you hear no. And it was usually because they gave it to someone else with more experience. So you keep hearing that over and over again. And I remember when I got the interview from my job now, I finished it and I called my mom and I was like, I'm not going to get my hopes up, because it didn't even go better than the first one. I thought the other one went great and this one went okay. So I was like, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
And then they called me maybe a day or 2 later and said, if you want it, this and that, and you can think about it, but this is a job. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So it was a different feeling from the other interviews I had.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rejections got me there, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I can imagine that it wasn't easy to sit there and get rejection after rejection, and also because you just finished like 4 or 5 years of study. I don't know how long.
It was 4 years of studying.
And then, or I think our expectation is we get our diploma and then you get a job.
Yeah. No one talks about the searching for it. And honestly, now that I talk to people and I say, it took me that long to find a job, most people are surprised. Because I remember a lot of my my other people that I was studying with, how do you call it?
Classmates.
Classmates, yeah. My other classmates, one of them started a practice. The other one got a job immediately. 2 got the job where they went with an internship. And I was like, okay, so me? No. What am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
So people were actually starting practices, and I was like, I felt not prepared to start my own practice. But that also made me starting to do a bunch of things I didn't have to do with my own study. Like I had this workshop I gave and I put all my soul in it, but I didn't have like a backbone to stand on it, I think, because I was just doing it out of panic. But it was such a beautiful thing. I got to do it with some people, but I think I started giving up the job search to focus on things that I can actually achieve. So that was kind of demotivating, all the negative, how do you say that? The rejections.
And also seeing your peers getting jobs and
you just want to do something as well.
Hello, I'm also making it. And I think that's something we don't really touch or talk about, like the feeling, because you're feeling left out, like
kind of,
you know, like
also like I failed, like why are they succeeding and I'm not,
and I'm not. And I think because are those Dutch, but because what did they do different, do you think, compared to you? Because not good to compare, but just so we can see what difference.
I think most of the people I studied with, they also did a lot of vrijwilligerswerk, like volunteer work and other type of internship beside everything we did with school. So a friend of mine that I studied with, she was doing volunteer work with art therapy. She was working with groups, with kids. I didn't even think about that. I was just doing my side jobs and what I had to do with internships. And other than that, I was just living life, I was being a student.
Exactly.
And I wasn't thinking about, I also need to do maybe side studies or, how do you say that? Can't find the word. Cursuses to, after I graduate, to start my own practice, or that I can get jobs by volunteering. I didn't even think of that, because some people actually got jobs where they were volunteering. So you have more connections and you build network like that. And I did build network, but not in what I studied. So that kind of made it hard to
So do you think it would made a difference if you did the things they did as well?
Maybe. Maybe. I can't say for sure, but I think having more connections and network is always nice. I had network with my old stagebegeleiders, but I never actually integrated as good as I should. at my internships. So that connection, that network, I don't think I actually built it within my study. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
think
made
it's
it
also
harder.
because I also did drama therapy, didn't finish it, but I did a part I did.
Yeah.
Learned a lot, so amazing years. And I see that in their internship, it's a big gap. You know, like the first 2 years you learn to give therapy to your classmates, and then in the third year you're like, yeah, clients. Like the gap is very big
Yeah.
in my experience, of course.
I think
So-
with art therapy, we did go to stage from the first year.
Yeah,
But it was
you didn't give therapy.
No,
That were 2
true.
sessions.
Yeah.
So I think that's also because in my case it was very overwhelming. You know, you had to give therapy to real clients.
Yeah.
And then make networks with your
Colleagues,
colleagues.
yeah, it was a
How
lot.
do you do that? You know. So I think being that was a struggle back then. So I can imagine why it's a bit difficult. Probably being a Caribbean as well.
Yeah.
Caribbean can make a difference. I don't know.
I think in my head, of course, because my Dutch is not my strongest language, I have this thing where I don't talk to people as much as I could.
Yeah.
Like in English, I'm very well spoken, I speak to everybody, and I'm very social, and Papamento as well. Like if people I work with within Hanuntu, bijvoorbeeld, they know me as very
Socially,
out there and
yes,
socially bring people
exactly.
together. But if you ask people that I work with at Dutch companies, they're like, oh yeah, she's maybe the quiet one, maybe. Because I was just sitting there and listening to everybody. I was absorbing all the information, but I wasn't involving myself. And I think that also held me back a bit after the graduation because I didn't have someone to, oh, I used to work with you. Remember, do you know anybody or any jobs available right now? I didn't build that for myself. And I think that does have to do with me being Dutch Caribbean and my Dutch not being
As Dutchy as it's supposed to be.
as perfect as I want it to
Perfect,
be.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good tip for fellow students who are now studying anything actually to like just trust the process of your Dutch and just integrate as much as you can, because that's gonna help you in the long term if
And
that's
honestly,
your
just-
goal to keep working here, of course.
I want to just go for it because right now my Dutch is not perfect either, but
Who's perfect?
Yeah.
Who is perfect?
Exactly, but I made friends who are talking in Dutch. I talk to my colleagues, and sometimes I do say a word that does not exist. And they call me out on it, but then I learn, and then I can use it next time. And I hear them saying, the sayings they do in Dutch. I don't even can think of one right now. Yeah. And then I learn it, and I use it with the kids or with other
look at
colleagues. And I'm like,
you.
okay, I know Dutch now. But yeah, so actually going for it and not being afraid for making mistakes, that's something I had to learn. And that helps right now with the building of connections, because if I'm too afraid to say the wrong things or sounding stupid, then I don't actually make connections. And now I'm kind of trying to let that go. But it's a process.
It's a process, like everything in life, you know. And thinking about it, we're talking about post-graduation, job hunting, blah 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 blah. But something that comes with post-graduation, financial shock. You know, the adult shock financially. How was that for you?
Yeah, the lack of duo really hit. It hit me, and it hit me fast. Yeah.
What was your biggest shock, actually?
Honestly, the lack of duo, because I took the whole bunch. I took everything I could. That's a tip. Don't do that. Only take the things you can borrow. And not the only things you can get. I mean, nothing you can borrow, because that keeps growing. But when Duo left the building, so to say, there was a big gap in my loan. So before I just worked when I wanted to, and it was fine. And then I had to increase my working hours. I was working almost every day. And then those are the 3 jobs came handy, because then I can work there, get my hours up. But then the money went so quickly. I don't understand. When I was a student, like the money came and it just hangs there for a while. And now in adulthood, the money comes and it goes.
And it goes.
Really just
The money has a name before it gets into your bank account.
And somehow you have to pay more things now. I don't understand. Maybe
It doesn't make any sense. I think it's also because you how do you say that? With being a student, you have more privilege. We have more advantages,
could be.
a free OV, for example.
Don't get me started on the OV.
Yeah, it's
That went with
painful.
half my salary.
It's painful.
I didn't know how expensive OV was until I couldn't have free OV anymore.
You
God.
blurred it out for me because I was gonna say it's very
traumatized.
expensive. Yeah. What did that period teach you actually?
That OV is horrible. It really was. I think one trip I had to go to maybe Utrecht or something. That was almost $50.
50.
And then if I have to go to Amsterdam, it's 50 go, 50 back. So that's €100. And then all my friends were still studying, so they had free OV. So if we're going out, I'm not gonna stay home, so I'm just gonna go with them. But then at some point, I did start saying, guys, if it's not an Arnhem, I'm not going, because I became a biker. I have my own bike, so everywhere we went, I pulled up in a bike. If we're going to a fancy restaurant, be with my dress on my bike.
With a dress?
Yes, I was not paying those bus rides. What do you mean €5 to go to the city that is 5 minutes away from my house?
5 minutes away.
So I started biking.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You became a Dutchie. I love it.
Actually, I did. I started biking 30 minutes to work. I went to my sister in Elst. I went to Arnhem on my bike.
30 minutes?
Yeah, 35.
Wow.
I was not paying for that train.
I'm not that Dutchy, maybe yet. Let's say yet.
Yeah.
You never know. I had the luxury that my girlfriend had a car, so we had the bougie life. So, but you still have to pay gas. You still have to pay this. Still have to pay that.
That is now that I also have a car.
You have a car, right?
I feel like the gas prices are equivalent to the OV prices. So you just have to choose which one you want to pay at this point. Yeah, they're both horrible.
And if you look at your, I'm being very dramatic right now, but your 1.5 year, no, is it 1.5 year ago that you graduated, and you are being an adult for 1.5 years.
Now, in addition to that, it has been 2 years, I think.
2 years. That goes by so fast.
In July, August, it will become 2 years. Yeah.
What was life as an adult what you expected it to be?
That's a big question.
That's
kind
a
of,
dun question.
Well, honestly, life as an adult, half of it I did experience as a student because I lived on my own. I still paid all my bills. But it's a different type of adulthood after I graduated. Because I have to be more conscious about what I spend my money on, and that I actually have to save money for those emergencies. Because I always had if I want to go on vacation, do what's gonna come in, I'll just use that money to go on vacation. Now I have to save for it, so I have to be more I have to think more about what I do with my money.
You can't be spending. That is so difficult. Like for me, I like food.
But
I like food. I like to eat. I like thuisbezorgd. I like going to a restaurant.
I like sushi.
Sushi. Oh, and sushi became so expensive after graduation.
What do you mean €40 for one portion of sushi? €40. No, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
everything you're more bewusst about prices of things. That's why I'm like that I have an adult job now, that I don't have to worry as much anymore. Because at the end of the month I still get paid, so we can spend a little bit more.
I was gonna ask though, what does life look now being a working adult?
Oh, it's
actually?
great.
Yeah, talk to me.
Because work pays for the gas, so it pays for the kilometers. So I just I can tank, and then I get paid at the end of the month for what I spent. So that's kind of like the free OV. So you're getting kind of some of the
work is doable now,
things.
Actually.
Kind of, yeah, with the responsibilities. No, I actually have a job that I really, really love. So that actually brings me joy. Yeah. Which I didn't have in those years. I was trying to find a job that I really liked. And the job and the study is also very different. It's actually doing the job, being responsible for people's mental health.
Wow.
That's a different type of how do you say that? Responsibility. I did not expect
accomplishment.
Yeah. I know I was studying for it, but actually doing it feels a lot heavier and gratifying. Yeah. As well. Okay. It actually brings me joy. working with the kids and doing what I do.
What has been a big change after you got the job?
After I got the job, I felt kind of better about myself because in the process of finding the job, I started to think like, am I really an art therapist? If what I'm doing, do I even remember how to be an art therapist? Am I good at it?
Yeah, because it was 1.5 years.
Yeah, after that, and I was doing BSO, so you don't really think about all the things you studied if you're working.
BSO
like
is buitenschoolse opvang, for
Yeah.
those that don't know.
Thank you. So I was working there, and also I was working at Burger King and Albertijn. Sorry, but you don't really use those HBO brains for that. And then after I got the job, I was like, wait a minute. I have to go buy books. So I started buying a bunch of art therapy books and actually reading them again.
Hey, smart.
Which is crazy because when I was studying, reading those books seems like a chore. And now I go back and I'm actually reading through them again. Okay, oh, that's how we do an intake.
gosh.
And that's how you do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually find the joy of what I studied in my job.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I forgot your question though.
No, that's the biggest change for you in your daily life. Yeah, because I remember you told me you used to do wake up very early in the morning to go to your job, right?
I still do that, yeah.
Okay, tell me about that.
Because I work in Almere and I work in Arnhem, which is also something I didn't think about.
You work in Almere and you live in
Arnhem,
Arnhem.
yeah. With the train, before I got my license and my car, I used to go with train, so I had to leave the house at 6 a.m. so I can arrive at work at 8 a.m. and then leave work at 4 and arrive home at 6 and then go to sleep at 9. It was horrible. But I actually didn't mind it because I actually liked my job.
You're doing what you're
Yeah, but it was very different from during my study years. I could just sleep whenever I want, kind of. And if I'm tired at school, nobody really cares. If I'm tired at my other jobs, nobody really cares as long as I'm doing my job. But here you need to be alert. So I had to take care of myself and have a routine and actually, be at home at 9 p.m. to be asleep by 9:30 latest. Yeah, and that's the kind of discipline I used to have. So I still kind of have it now, even though I have to go in my car because I leave at 7.
Yeah.
But then I still have to go to sleep at 10.
Okay.
But I still have that routine. Like when I go home, I can't go out as much because if I go out, I need to be home in bed by 10. And going out means staying out till 12:30. And I can't do that anymore unless it's on a Friday or Saturday. So that's I'm getting used to.
Yeah. And what was harder? Like the responsibility, the routine,
the waking up early. That was the hardest part. It still is. I feel
can't
so
imagine.
tired. I don't know why. I sleep 8 hours a night, but I still feel so tired. I started drinking coffee now. I stopped. I didn't used to drink coffee, and now I drink coffee every morning.
Oh my gosh! Oh wow!
Yeah,
Okay.
so I understand people that drink coffee at work now. Yeah, it makes sense. You need it. But yeah, like my life looks very different now.
Yeah.
But I think it happens in a way that I didn't even realize it changed. But the things that I think, I'm sorry, I think I lost my train of thought. But
It's okay. It's a safe place.
The thing that changed the most is the waking up early and the routine. It was very different. Back then I could just wake up and decide something, and now you have to plan yourself in. Like my sister, if I have to hang out with my nephews.
I was gonna ask, like, also with friends and families.
Yeah.
Like you have to say more. Sorry, I can't make it.
No, my sister truly hates my job. Because I need to tell her, oh yeah, this weekend is full. I can come over in 2 weeks, on Saturday between 3 and 6. Because those are the only days I have free. If I have to do my nails, if I go out with my friends, if I have to clean my house, those are being planned in as well. So my schedule looks a little tight.
Yeah. That's being an adult, right? And what makes it worth it, do you think?
Actually liking your job, actually. Yeah, the money, it comes and goes, but I actually find joy. I have colleagues that I really love being around. They make going to work also fantastic. Like, I actually am happy there. And I think it brings me so much joy. So, yeah. Finding a job you like is worth it.
That's the important one, because I was gonna ask you, what's your advice for someone who just graduated? What would you say to them? Just finish fresh, like Subway. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, someone just finished. Don't be too hard on yourself, and just take what comes whenever it comes, and keep believing in yourself. Don't give up when you keep getting rejected, and go for what you want. Because I remember at some point, because I wasn't getting the job I wanted, I started applying for things, and when I look back right now, I was not qualified for that. But it just seemed like I could finesse my way into the job. So I think I applied for everything from coaches to life. I don't know what I assigned. Anything that said Habio, I applied to.
Apply. Therapy.
I even gave up on art therapy. I was just applying for things at this point. I just wanted a big old job so I can have a stability in my life.
Yeah.
So I stopped looking for my dream job and just apply for everything, until at some point I was like, you know what? You have stability in the jobs you have. Only apply for things you want. And I did that and actually found the job.
Oh, that's a nice lesson.
Yeah.
Look at you growing up.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for your advice, and I really agree with that, because sometimes we think like, oh my God, what do we do now?
Yeah,
I remember
panic.
the panic. I remember the panic as well when I finished, and I also started applying for things that I didn't even qualify for. Still didn't get a job in content creator, but I do have a business in it, so
That's kind of better, I think. Yeah.
Maybe it is. There's some responsibilities to that as well, but that's for
that's
another
why
podcast.
I don't want my own business yet. I'm not ready. I don't think I'm mature enough for it.
Okay, that's for another.
I think when I'm 35. Maybe 40.
Okay, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And I thank you for coming today. Did you want to say something else to the people that are watching?
Yeah, honestly, know what you want. Because the one of the questions you get asked a lot is like, why would we take you in this position? And that was also I had to think a lot about that. Why would you want to take me as an art therapist, and what is important to me? And think about who you are as whatever you're studying and what you think is important, and then go for it. Yeah.
Nice.
That.
Wow. No. This one. Aha!
Yeah,
we did it. We're finishing with the good one. Hey! Well, guys, you heard her. She gave great advice, and I hope you that are watching, or if you are a student still studying, remember the tips we told you in this podcast. If you are a post-graduation student as well, remember the tips, and the panic season or phase is part of it. It's part of life. It will pass. Believe me, we are still here, living, breathing. So it will be totally okay. So share this with someone who's in this season and who you want to inspire, and tell them it's gonna be okay. We're gonna see you in the next next episode. And we say bye.